Bethesda, what the hell were you thinking? JT. Alright, so this video is not going to be piling on with other YouTubers talking about how Fallout 76 is trash. It seems like every time there's a game that's an easy target, all the prominent YouTubers jump on the bandwagon of saying, this game sucks, here's why it sucks. And then you get the obvious response from the fan base that's playing the game saying, don't listen to YouTubers, this game is good, play it for yourself. I'm not going to talk about whether the game is good or bad or where people stand on it. No, what I'm going to talk about is what the hell was Bethesda thinking with Fallout 76? I mean, let's back this up to when Fallout 76 was first announced. My initial gut reaction to them talking about a Fallout game being multiplayer, I was less than excited about that. They did say you could do a single player mode with it, but that didn't sound very enticing. The whole game is obviously built around multiplayer, and that's the problem with a lot of games in the modern era right now, is they're trying to make money off of the multiplayer aspect. They know that's where they can dig their teeth into to get the DLC sales, to get the extra coin sales, to get people to buy things to try to impress their friends or keep up with the Joneses. And that's where the action is and the money goes. And obviously every game that can try to be a multiplayer game online is going to add that component into it. But when looking at Fallout 76, I'm like, a Fallout game? Online multiplayer? That defeats the whole purpose of Fallout, surviving the nuclear blast and surviving what's going on out in reality. If it's a massive multiplayer online game, that's beyond ridiculous as far as what a storyline could possibly be for a Fallout game. But they want to get the money, and this is what happens when companies follow the dollar instead of what people want. And as far as Bethesda is concerned, this is an embarrassment for the company. The public reaction to a massive release this time of year before Christmas time, and they're already discounting it on Xbox Live to $40.19, literally less than a week after release. I could understand why people are so pissed off about this game. They were, for some reason, excited about it because they're diehard Fallout fans. Full bias disclosed here. I'm not that big of a Fallout fan, but when I heard that it was going towards a multiplayer online game, I was even less of a fan of the series at that point. People who were more hyped for it, people who were excited about it, overwhelmingly seem upset and disappointed, and the reviews seem to reflect that for the most part. And now Bethesda's responding with discounting the game on Xbox Live less than a week after release. This is a bad look for Bethesda, and honestly, they are known for adding a lot of content as the game goes on and the time passes. They'll add more updates and try to fix a lot of the bugs with the game and probably add a lot more DLC to it. But that's what a Bethesda game always seems to boil down to, and that's why I typically don't get too excited when it comes to Bethesda. The games are sold incomplete. People buy them on day one, get pissed off about all the bugs and glitches in them. I mean, look at Skyrim. The game's been out for like 8 years, been re-released like over 40 times, and still has a lot of game-breaking bugs and glitches in it that haven't been fixed, even though they had plenty of time to do so. So yeah, this is Bethesda. They have a track record of releasing incomplete games. And for some reason, people seem to still be surprised every time they go to pick up one of these games on day one. First off, rule of thumb, when it comes to Bethesda, do not buy their games day one. Wait a week. See what the reviews say. See if it's even a complete game. See if it goes on a massive discount. Honestly, the quality control over there is beyond piss poor, and I feel really bad for anybody who paid full price for this game less than a week ago and then sees it in the store online, downloadable, for $40.19. That should tell you that Bethesda is in full-on damage control mode right now, trying to recoup as much money as possible before these reviews spread like wildfire. This is the problem with Bethesda. This is the problem with modern age gaming. People don't care about if the game is even good or not. They just pre-order and buy and then complain afterwards after the company already got your money. Hopefully this is a lesson learned for a lot of people out there, because honestly it kills me to see people spending money on garbage. Well, if the game is really as bad as a lot of people are saying it is. As far as Bethesda is concerned, I would never buy a game day one from them, ever. They have proven that they are never ready on day one, and oftentimes many years down the road. Although yes, Skyrim was a decent game, I'll give them that. But give me a break. If anybody out there remembers Skyrim day one, yikes. The craziest thing about all this is the game had a beta mode, and everybody who played the beta mode complained about how broken the game was. But then they also pre-ordered it, and then played it day one, and then complained that it's the same thing as the beta. They didn't fix anything. The issues are all still present there. Why would you pre-order a game that's broken in beta? That doesn't make any sense to me. There's so many games out there that don't improve from a beta. And Bethesda, of all companies, have shown that they don't do that. So what would lead somebody to think that that's normal practice to buy the game after playing a broken beta? That is beyond insane. Then we have people like Alpha Omega Sid saying Fallout 76 is the most expensive player test for a co-op and multiplayer option being incorporated into the current engine they're using for the upcoming Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5. I can't necessarily disagree with that perspective based off of what everybody is saying about Fallout 76. Bethesda is basically using you as a test subject for their bigger games that they're planning down the road. And I don't know if you were buying this game, how you should feel about that, but I'm pretty pissed off hearing that. The game honestly should have been free to play. And I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but based off the reactions and what they're doing with the game, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the game eventually goes free to play. It wouldn't be the first to ever do this, selling it full price and eventually going free to play. And everything that's coming along with it, how it looks right now, it's clearly headed down that road. I mean, hell, it already has a $20 discount within the first week of selling it. You can't tell me the game isn't headed to the road of free to play. Everything about the game is based around the microtransactions and DLC, and obviously the multiplayer component trying to get people to buy all that DLC and all those coins, or whatever they want to call them, the Nuka-Cola things. It's so ridiculous how they're trying to go about getting money from people. It's not even a game at this point. They're just trying to take money from you, and then on top of taking the money from selling the game, trying to sell additional content to you, even though the game is broken at this point. The only reason I could see Bethesda not going free to play with Fallout 76 is because they need to sell Fallout 5 when that eventually comes out, and if there's a free to play Fallout game that's already out there, it actually might cut into the audience as time goes on, and they want to make sure they can still sell a game at full price. The only reason I could see them actually going free to play is if Fallout 5 is going to be free to play as well, and we all know they're not going to be doing that. So unfortunately, a game that should have been free to play is not, because they're looking to the future of the next Fallout game. Anyways, those are my feelings of Fallout 76. Whether the game is great or bad to you doesn't really matter. It's how Bethesda has handled the situation, and honestly, how pissed off a lot of customers are out there. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about Fallout 76, and if you plan on picking it up, if you haven't already, or if you already do have it, what are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one. Smash